what's up? I'm Blake NASCAR Blake 24.
I'm
And this is the thebob232 podcast, episode 29, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is 29. Cause
Hey.
or it might be 28. No, no, hang, you know what? We'll figure it out. You'll see in the title. It's either 29 or 28. Because I don't want to get on YouTube right now. So, I'm pretty sure it's 29, maybe 28. Whatever you guys see when you watch the video will be the episode number. So the last time we did a podcast that was just me and you was the Meat Hose episode.
Meat Hose.
That was a good episode. We had a streak like early on, where we had like at least more than like 2 I think podcasts in a row where it's just me and you. Like, it was so good though.
Yeah.
So I want to get in a story that I'm gonna have to tell a story from my friend, and then you're gonna add your perspective on this story. But, so my friend's name is Luke. I'm gonna name drop. I don't care.
Hashtag say cyborg.
But,
that's what we call it.
Alright, so this is the best I can tell from memory of what Luke told me on, he told me this on Thursday, so it happened on Wednesday of this week. So, it was like around 5, like, he was tired from football practice. Football practice? Yeah, and he was really tired, so he said he may have been going crazy. But that might be proved wrong once you tell your part of the story. But, so he's walking, like, at our school, there's this, outside, like, the locker rooms and stuff, there's this, like, it's, like, kind of like a hallway, but it's outdoors, but it has a covering. And so it's not, and it's nowhere where a car would be. And he said he looked, and there was a car, like, pretty close to him, and he said it looked, like, super real. Like, he knew, like, it wasn't like, he knew he thought he was actually looking at, like, a legit car. That's how real it looked. And inside the car on the driver's side was a floating dog. And he said, he was like, what the heck? And he turned around, and when he looked back, it was gone. And Alejandro has something to add to this story.
You're an idiot.
Why?
The car didn't disappear, it just drove away.
But wait.
I just wanted to see how long you would think.
But Luke legit thinks that he saw a car.
There was a car in there.
But, so it was a real car. Why was there a car in there? So this was real? It was a real car?
Yep.
What about the floating dog?
There was no floating dog. The dog was inside the car.
So you were gonna try to do what you did with the beating up the kids to get your bike back to me?
Yep.
Okay, well, Luke still thinks that he saw a floating ghost dog, so that's still on the table.
Wait, did we ever say what happened with me beating up?
Yeah, well, I think that was on the Meat Hose episode that you talked about that.
Oh.
It was either that or one of the 2 episodes we did after Robbie became an official member.
Now, but to be fair, there was an actual car in there, and there was a dog. It's just that when we turned back, it was all gone. But we did not hear it drive or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, so you don't know exactly.
That is mystifying.
So you don't know exactly if this was real or not, because you didn't hear it drive away.
No, it was definitely real.
Okay, but you would hear it drive away. Austin's mad at me for starting without him. Dude, it's been like I went outside. I like skated a lot yesterday because it rained on Friday, and then it was like I went outside and it felt like it was like, it didn't feel like it was September. It felt like it was like October or like November. Like not really winter yet, but it was like kind of cool. It was like nice. I was expecting it to not be hot or anything, but like I was actually like a little cold when I first walked out there. But
I hear your beverage.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm drinking Wawa.
The beverage is fine.
Gotta stay hydrated. So I was so me and you apparently have both been watching the old podcast, and I think for the same reason. Cause I was watching them to find stories and give you ideas for the animated thing. I don't want to say what we're gonna call it yet, cause I don't know if we might change it. But for the animated stories thing, that's one of the reasons I was watching. Like I'm on I just finished episode 4 this morning, so I'm kind of like doing this thing where I'm watching all the old episodes. I think the animated thing will be good, but our voices will be kind of squeaky in a lot of them.
Yeah, that's why I'm like sort of trying to get away for me to animate it and like to have a segue. Like I'll be just like talking like, oh, remember that time we did that, and then like it will just.
You should try like
story.
You should try messing around with the voices to get them to sound more like deeper. I wonder if that'd probably be not really worth it, but if it takes a long time, if you actually could do that. But so we've been doing in web technologies class, we're doing like Photoshop right now, and we had to do this thing where we put a picture of ourselves. And by the way, the picture of me, I don't have it, but Mr. Colkman just took pictures of us, and I was gonna do like a funny pose, but then the kid before me kind of did a similar pose, and Mr. Colkman was like, no, we can't do that. So then I was like, oh great. So then I was like, how can I make this funny?
Wait, what did you do?
I was gonna go like do like a gangster kind of pose. I'll show you if I see you like at school tomorrow or something. But then like the kid before me did pretty much the same thing. So then Mr. Colkman was like, we can't, don't do that. And so I was like, oh crap. So I was like, how can I make this funny? So I just like stood there. I had a face that was just done with life. Like, if you watch this podcast, I'll do a similar face. I was like this. Like, I looked like I was completely done. And it was really funny. And then we had to like put ourselves into a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. And then make it look like the sun was like kind of shining on part of our, one side of our body a little bit. To make it look like we were actually there, you know? Yeah. But then I messed up with the colors, and it made my whole body completely yellow. And then every time I tried to change it, it wouldn't change. Like, I couldn't change it. So...
Once you go yellow, you can never
Yeah, so back. Now I'm basically, like, from The Simpsons, at the Golden Gate Bridge, and it won't let me change it. So, and I tried, like, using the shadow tool, and, like, putting a bunch of shadows on me to try and make it darker, but it didn't really work. And since I'm white, like, it looks extra yellow, like it shines on my... So I look like I just got done filming the Simpsons live-action movie. So if Mr. Colkman grades those pictures and he asks me why, I'm just...
You have a red shirt, by the way?
No, I didn't.
You would have been Bart Simpson if that would have happened.
But if Mr. Colkman grades those and he asks me why I'm so yellow, I'm just going to say that the day that you took that picture of me, but then when I went to the Golden Gate Bridge to take that picture, I had actually was earlier that day, before I went to see the Golden Gate Bridge, I got casted for the for Simpsons live action movie, and I didn't have time to take off my makeup by the time we got or the yellow paint by the time we got to the Golden Gate Bridge, and then came back to school on Friday. So that's my excuse. But
I kind of wonder what he would do after you said that. Either give you a 0 or just laugh or something.
I don't know. Mr. Colkman's kind of unpredictable. Like sometimes he's like he'll joke around, and then sometimes he'll get like really serious. So you never know. But there's this senior girl who sits near me. And I always mess with, she's black, and I always act like super like white guy trying to be a black person around her. Like her name's Olivia. I'll walk up to her and be like, "What's up, my dog?" And it's really funny.
What's up, my dog?
And then also when I was editing the Golden Gate Bridge picture, we had to make the sky look more blue. And she was working and I turned around and I was going to say, Olivia, look, I made the sky blue. But then I guess she was like really focused. So I go, Olivia, and she's like, ah! I scared her. It was really funny. But, so have you really seen anything about the iPhone 6 or the Apple Watch or iOS 8 or anything?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't watch like the press conference or anything. I'm surprised that they're calling it the Apple Watch though. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know why they do that, because all their other products are like the eye thing, like they're associated with that. I feel like it's kind of a bad move.
They should have called it the iWatch.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, why?
Stick to the eye thing.
Yeah, why would you change it? I mean, I guess the Mac is not the iMac. So maybe they're trying to do the same thing, but Mac was the first thing they made. Like, the first thing Apple did was, like, make the Apple computer like the Mac. I don't know if that was what it was called at the time. But, I'm totally looking forward to the PearPod from iCarly. That's gonna be my next phone I get. I can't believe no one came out with that. Like, Nickelodeon should have totally tried to sell, like, a phone.
Or, like, at least have a phone case that makes your phone be shaped like the Pear phone.
Yeah, the PearPod.
At least have that.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, there's an idea for you.
Mm-hmm.
Make money off of it.
Yeah, also, since they're calling it the Apple Watch...
Give me at least 1% of your profits.
Yeah, since they're calling it the Apple Watch, they should at least make it look like an apple. Like, the stem could be, like, the main buttons, like, even though it's going to be all touch, like, the buttons you have on every watch, like the light and the stopwatch button and all that, could be on, like, the stem. That'd be funny. Also, do you think, like, what if they come out with, like, apps for the Apple Watch, like, games that you get to play with, like, a microscope?
Instead of using your fingers, you use a toothpick.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't think the Apple Watch will really be that successful, but at the same time, everything that you don't think is going to be successful becomes successful.
Turns out to be
I mean,
successful.
everything ends up like that, except for Google Glass. But,
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of positive things about Google Glass.
yeah, you don't really even see it.
Not as in it's bad or anything, but as in, oh man, this is so great, I gotta get it, I'm gonna get it as soon as I can, I wanna spend all my money on it.
Yeah, and the PS Vita. PS Vita also is, I guess it's happened before, but usually with Apple stuff, it always takes off, like, no matter what, just because of the name. But, I think it's gonna, so if it does take
I
off...
feel like if Apple just sold the watch, but didn't say Apple in it, or just said, they just called it a smartwatch, and they never let anybody knew that Apple...
Yeah, I think...
Nobody would, like, care enough to buy it.
Well, eventually they probably would, but it wouldn't be, like, it'd probably be on the
It
download.
won't be as big.
Yeah, but, I just, like, so I always wear a watch, because, like, once you wear a watch in, like, middle school or high school, like, you rely on so much, like, knowing what time it is so you're not late for classes that I could never get through a day of high school or when I was in junior high, same thing, without my watch, you know? But, and, like, no one really wears a watch, you know? But then now everyone's gonna be wearing a watch, and my crappy watch that works just fine, I mean, it tells time and that's all I really need, is gonna be like, oh, what the heck, man, you know, it's gonna go from, like, it's gonna be just weird. I don't know, it may not take off, but I think, like, technology doesn't always take off. Like, I thought Google Glass would eventually take off, it still hasn't. But anything with the Apple name usually takes off.
I think... Wait, hold on.
I'm still here.
Alright, well... I think that what Google has that is really gonna take off is the driverless car.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, other than that, there's nothing that nobody hopes to get from Google.
I feel like all that
I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
nobody, well, not nobody, but most people
Well, I mean,
don't
Google
have
doesn't.
Google Glass or desire to get it.
Yeah, Google doesn't really need to. Google's got like YouTube and all that. I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't need anything.
you know, I mean,
Why
like,
is it-
none of that stuff really needs to take off for them. They don't need to be worried about like going out of business because any of that stuff doesn't take off. You know.
It's kind of weird how now we're talking about companies and like serious stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just
Man,
a
how
topic.
far we've grown over the years.
Yeah.
First we were talking about freaking your mom being alive and me being a beverage just for you with
Well, I've got some stuff that will.
the meat hoses, and now it's all companies and politics.
Well, I think it's more.
They just
It's
turn it
interesting.
apart.
I mean, it's something to talk about. I feel like though that there's like it's weird how technology's like. It's weird how technology doesn't take off. Like if it's by other companies. Like even though Google's so big, the Google Glass is cool. But I mean, I don't even know where to get one if I wanted one. But like the PS Vita. Like I don't even know when that came out. And same with that. Remember that? It was right when the Kinect was coming out. PlayStation had like that PlayStation Move thing.
No.
Oh, well, it was basically like a Wii. Like it had this little it looked like a dildo. Like
oh, wait,
remote.
no.
Yeah, with a weird like circle. Yeah.
As soon as you said
And you
it,
waved it at your TV, and it
I
basically,
remembered what it was.
yeah. And that thing, I don't know anyone who ever had that. But and I just don't know, like, you know that Oculus Rift thing?
Uh-huh.
That thing looks so cool. Like, once that thing goes, I'm hoping that thing becomes like a popular console once it finally like goes to stores and anyone can get it easily. Like, cause that seems really cool. So, I mean, I'm worried because I feel like by the time that comes out, I'm gonna be a little too old to worry about that kind of stuff. Like, I'm like, once it becomes like mainstream, if it ever does, I'll probably like be in college or maybe even out of college and like not really have time to really invest in that when that seems so cool, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to move on to another topic, did you ever watch those ASDF movies?
Yeah. Throw the cheese.
Yeah. I looked it up just because I was like, oh hey, I haven't watched this in a while. And the last one I saw was like 5, but the last one I really liked was like 4 or 3. Like the first 3 are really good. But I watched the 6th and 7th, and they were okay. Like, they had some funny moments. I don't think,
And now, the funniest thing you'll ever see from really far away.
yeah. I think, I don't really remember much about it. Like, it's not very memorable compared to, like, the other 3, like, with that one.
Yes, man, the movie.
Yeah.
How did I get him dead?
But, I thought they were good. Like, so did you ever watch, I never really watched it, but I watched like 2 episodes of it, but it was like a internet series by the people who made Adventure Time called, Bravest Warriors.
Yeah.
You know the character Catbug?
Yeah.
It was either in 6 or 7, whichever one has the Muffin. The Muffin is voiced by the kid who voices Catbug.
Wait, who's the Muffin again?
It's like the Muffin character in ASDF movie 6 or 7, whichever one he was in, was voiced by the same kid who voices Catbug.
When he was voicing Muffin, did he like, Muffin instead of, Catbug?
No, he mostly just said, I want to die! But, so yeah, I'll link those. I'll probably just link the 2 new ones, or maybe I'll just link to the channel, but, they're worth watching. I wouldn't say they're as good as, like, the first 3. But like the first three has those moments that it's just like, oh my god, you know, like it's just like you remember those really well. And they weren't like as mainstream, I don't think, at least when I watched them, as they became. Like I think the third one, after the third one, like they got really popular. And then I was like, well, okay, this concept is starting to get a little old. But like that second one at the very beginning with like the pie exploding, and it's like, bow! I always thought that was really funny.
Oh, the one that says, "Dear, I baked you a pie. What flavor is it? Pie flavor."
Ooh, yeah. I always liked that one. The heck was that?
I don't know. My brother was just like, bro.
Okay,
He
well.
just randomly said that for no reason.
Okay. So I was watching YouTube. I found some YouTube videos which I'm gonna link. Do you remember the Taylor Swift goat video?
Yeah.
I found a Taylor Swift. It was the same thing, but it was Ray. Like instead of the goat, so it was like, oh, you know that noise he makes.
Yeah.
It was Ray. Like it would like play that instead of play the goat. And then there's one with Gavin with his like ringtone. It's really funny, and it shows like Gavin's face. I'm gonna link those, so yeah, they're pretty funny. So I'm kind of running out of topics, but you know the werewolves, the retarded poetry slam, the werewolf, to make werewolf movies. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the first video that guy put up. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the first video that guy put up, but it's like an intro, like all the people like go up and they say something, and the kid or the guy, I don't know how old he is, but the one who says thing about making werewolf movies, apparently his name is Travis. He just walks up, looks at the camera longingly, and he goes, "My name is Travis, and I am the moon star." And and then apparently he also that guy by himself did a poetry slam about Elvis or something. I didn't watch that one, but someone else took audio from him in just all the videos, and I guess with the power of editing or whatever.
The power within.
Yeah, with the it's the weirdest episode of SpongeBob ever. It's just like the power within.
The power within.
Like what? What the heck?
The power within.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in a second, but first I'll do this. So someone like basically used stuff that the Travis guy actually said, and then also just used his voice, I guess, to make it sound like he said other things. Made like a 3-minute long song that is like, I'm gonna link it. So you gotta watch. I'll tell you. You probably should. I can text you this stuff too. But if you want to find it, if I forget to text it, just go in the link dump on the podcast when it's uploaded. But it's like I think the chorus is like, "I am the moon star, Travis Moonstar," and then in the middle, and there's this part where it's like, "People say I sound like Homestar," and it's like, "The F is Homestar." And then at the end, I don't want to spoil it. It's really funny though. But so you should definitely check that out if you're a terrible person and you want to laugh at something. That impression that you did a couple of like a retarded person like 3 or 4 episodes ago was hilarious.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Do your impression of a retarded person because it's really funny. Okay, well, I want to talk about that song.
It's not nice.
It's like my... Oh, okay, but I want to talk about that SpongeBob episode. So what the heck? Like, what? I mean, just like... Even as a little kid, I was like confused by that episode.
What?
When he gets like, he puts the VHS tape in his TV and it's just like, the power within. Like what the heck? It's just like, it's one of those things where you can't describe like, how much it doesn't make sense, you know? Like, it's like, it's so, I can't, like I said, I can't describe it. It's just like the amount of sense this doesn't make is like at an all-time high. Well, okay, well, that was silence. So, do you have anything to talk about? This is good. Quality story. Alejandro, you still there? Oh, okay, I don't know where Alejandro went. Hey, Alejandro, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. So
Sorry, it was sort of not working for some reason.
Okay. Do you have anything else to talk about?
We can talk how about Skype doesn't work very good.
I sort of don't want to talk about that because I kind of don't want to jinx it. So let's kind of avoid that. Dude, you have like so many stories because I remember you showed me your notes like in 8th grade when we were walking to my car, and like you gotta have some old stories you just haven't told.
Okay.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, well pick one. See, at this point, if we had Robbie, he'd just like make a weird noise or throw a stress toy.
Yeah, like.
Andre has been, shout out to Andre, he's been talking about how he wants to get on an episode. So.
Speaking of Andre, remember what we said on Friday what if a man grew a beard? That grew a beard on the side, like on the left side. And then that beard grew another beard that went up. And then that beard had a beard that looked like his face.
That probably looked like most of the senior guys. It's just like, I think it's kind of funny how like, we have this girl in our World Geo class who's a senior and she just turned 18. And it's kind of like
2 seniors in my World Geo class.
Yeah, it's kind of like awkward. It's like, whoa, like there's the teacher is teaching someone who's an adult now. Like once you're 18 years old, you're basically an adult. And like that, like college, it must be awkward because like there's probably some college professors, that like you know how sometimes like people have to drop out of college because of like family reasons or something, and then they're like,
oh no, my mom died. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, or something like that. Or they're like and then like they're 4 years old and they're like decide they want to like finish college, you know? That must be so awkward because there's probably some professors that they have that are younger than that person. So then technically it's like, even though that person didn't finish college, it's also like that person had more life, like has been alive longer than him and probably has some more life experience than that professor if it's like a younger professor. That'd be kind of awkward. I feel like, I don't know. I was also thinking about how like we've got like 4 years in high school and then like then in the interest of this podcast, like what if we want to continue it? Like we'd have to continue it all from like separate plate. Like we probably wouldn't, you know, it'd be like a little harder. We'd have to make sure we all stay in contact.
Which is like really hard because right now we're not staying good in contact right now because I see Scan more than I see you.
Yeah, it's just like me and you just don't. That's weird. It's like that in middle school, but then it's even like it happens even more in high school because especially our school is really big. So it's like there's just people that you just because of their schedule and your schedule. And the way you walk to get to each of your classes every day and the way they walk to get to their classes, you just don't intersect. So, like, because it's happened to me. I remember Luke.
Oh, I intersect Singing a lot.
I remember Luke I met Luke in 7th grade, and I thought he was a new student, but he was there in 6th grade, but just I'd never seen him before. Like, just the way he went to all of his classes and the way I went to all my classes, we just never, like, passed each other. So it was like, I never recognized this kid, so it's kind of crazy how there can be a person that out of, like, just, you know, there can be someone who you literally don't even know is in existence until the next year because you maybe, like, have a class with him or you walk by him in the hallway.
It's like me, but with everybody else.
Yeah, also, me and you have never had, like, a legit class together. Because athletics and lunch weren't really classes. Yeah. Well, no, advisory in 6th grade.
It doesn't count.
I get, yeah.
Legit class.
Yeah, but it was the closest. You sat by that door.
And the only times I saw you in advisory were, like, in literally, like, the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, we didn't. Remember the first thing I said to you was,
why are you sitting down next to the door? And I was like, oh, because she said we couldn't stand near the door, so I'm just sitting down near the door.
that was awesome.
And I have no idea why we became friends since then.
Well,
but I'm glad we did.
Well, and also the demon squirrel really enforced it.
Yeah, that was like the second.
Yeah, and you were friends with that Keyshore kid.
Who again?
Remember that kid? His name was Keyshore?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
Kid.
Yeah. You know Hassan?
Uh-huh.
I have interactions with him every day, but neither of our mouths ever open. He just, like, nods at me and I nod at him. it's like, okay, like, I don't really like him, but, like, I mean, he's okay if you just don't talk to him.
Me and him are friends now.
Yeah, like, he seems cool, like, I just haven't talked to him at all. I just nod. It's literally an everyday thing.
Like, if it makes you feel better, that's pretty much what we do too. Like, we just see each other in the hallway and he just, like, nods and then I nod back.
Yeah, it's like,
yo, what's up?
On the way to English, it happens every day when I'm going to English, and then sometimes it'll happen in the morning. And that's about it. So it's just like this weird, like, pseudo kind of friendship thing. I don't know. But I want to go on a rant for a second. So freaking, like, okay, so this is definitely a first world problem. But it's kind of annoying. Alright, so Wednesday at our school, in order to raise money for the freshman class, we got Chick-fil-A. You paid $3 for a Chick-fil-A chicken slider, but it was kind of like a scam. It was still good because I mean a lot of schools probably don't get Chick-fil-A, and
is it like cold or something? Or?
Well, no, I'll explain it to you. I mean, and it was, even though it's one day each week on Wednesday, it's better than, like, eating the school lunch, you know?
You know what I like? On Fridays, we get pizza.
Yeah, that's good. But in this...
The bad thing is that I have the last lunch, so pizza runs out.
Oh, that sucks. But so here's what's kind of annoying.
Wait, considering I have athletics before that, I have to go, like, it's on the other side of the school.
Yeah. So
it runs out very quickly for me.
So Chick-fil-A was sort of a ripoff, though, because no one's ever heard of a chicken slider, but they were in the same bag that a chicken sandwich comes in. So everyone just assumed it was a chicken sandwich. You pay $3 for it. You get it. You're all hyped. You're like, oh yeah, getting some Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. You open it up. You pay, and you realize you paid $3 for one chicken strip in crappy bread that tastes like poop. So it's like you paid $3, which is like basically like
it's like $3, man.
No, $3 like is almost the price of a 3 chicken strip order at Chick-fil-A. But you paid that same price for one chicken strip wrapped in crappy bread, which is a ripoff. So as an act of rebellion, I took the bread off and I just ate the chicken strip. And I think it's because of Michelle Obama. Because she's trying... Isn't she trying to make everything all healthy, but she's doing a stupid job of it?
I'm just working and like, here. I think it's Michelle Obama's fault.
I think so. I don't know. Only thing... Did you ever... Me and my brother has this running joke. Because, like, one time on Disney Channel, there was this, like, thing that Michelle Obama did to promote healthy living. And they, like, showed, like, shots of her playing basketball with 2 Disney Channel stars. So me and my brother are always, like, if someone mentions Michelle Obama, we'll be like, oh, she dunked all over that freaking whatever, you know? Like, Disney Channel basketball star. So, or stuff like that. It's really dumb.
Just the little things that...
Yeah. But did you ever see that, did you ever go on YouTube, like, it was really playing a lot, like, in June and July. There was this YouTube ad for Liberty Mutual Insurance, and it was this guy named Bruce Yang talking about how he got to America. And me and Bryce had this, like, running joke about it. Like, at the beginning, he's like, my name is Bruce Yang. I came to America like 4 years or something like that, and I've been an American citizen for over 24 years. And then and then Bryce will say that, and then I'll be like, when I flew into JFK, I saw the Statue of Liberty, and I was like, I'm here. And then Bryce will say a line, and it's really funny. But then we were talking about how Bruce Yang should collaborate with another Asian guy named William Hung. Have you seen that on YouTube before?
No.
It's like it was like an American Idol. On American Idol, this guy named William Hung auditioned, and he's like this Asian guy, and he has like a super nerdy Asian accent. He looks like super nerdy. And he's just like, he sings that song that's like, she bangs. But he's like, and he has these awkward dance moves. He's like, she bangs. And then he's like, talk to me, tell me your name. So we were like, me and Bryce thought they should collaborate. And then it could be like, talk to me, tell me your name. And then Bruce Yang would be like, Bruce Yang. So I'll link both of those videos in the link dump. And then Michelle Obama could go in there like slam dunk and like try to stop the chaos like Michael Jordan does. But
so and then she tells them all about how to be healthy.
Yeah. So I don't really have any other topics. Do you have any?
Yeah. Well, I was looking over at my notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being all professional and all, because apparently the only way to have a good conversation is by taking notes.
Well, you know what? Okay, before you talk, I don't think anyone especially Austin, but he's kind of dumb. I mean, he got stuck in a chair. But I don't think anyone understands what I meant, especially when I first did it. Listening to the old podcast, I kind of realized, like, when I say notes, it's like, it's something, it's not like I'm just going to be reading word by word, like, the whole time. It's that, like, if we just kind of go silent, I look at my phone and I see something and I bring it up. Like, we had, like, 15-minute conversation about Apple and technology because I wrote iPhone 6, Apple Watch, and iOS 8. That's what it's for. But especially Austin, like, this just doesn't get it. But he doesn't really get much. But anyways, go ahead.
Alright, so most of my notes are just phrases that I kind of hoped I would have remembered. But I really don't.
I was trying to write...
One that I've got is, like... Well, not the only one, but one that I've got is how when I'm left alone, every time somebody knocks on the door,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure who it is, for some reason, just being chill and all cool about it. Like, it's probably just somebody who is here to mail something or something. Then I go to the kitchen, get as far away from the door as possible, and then grab the biggest knife I can find.
I kind of have a story about that, but you can continue. And I'll after.
There was this one, I do that all the time, but there was this one specific time where I got so paranoid that I literally hid in my closet and just sort of looked at things at my phone while I was just waiting for somebody to break in and me stab them. So I was alone for like 3 hours or so, and I just hear this knock, and I'm like, oh, well, gotta get the knife again.
Gotta get the old knife.
Yeah, the good old, big old knife. So what I do is just try to take a little peek at the door without actually fully
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because my door is like see-through. I don't know, whoever designed that is kind of dumb. They should have like a little peeky hole.
Yeah, like at a hotel.
Yeah, but they don't for some reason. So I was in the kitchen for a while, waiting for like a few minutes to pass by, then be chill again. But then I hear it again. I heard the bell ring
like the doorbell.
Again, and it was like that for an hour. So I was like very paranoid. So I'm not sure whether it was multiple people ringing on my door and knocking on my door, or it was just one person. So either way, I was like, I was sort of down the floor with like a knife next to my hand, because I didn't want to get bored, so I just like watched things on my phone.
I have a similar story. I don't like to answer a door either. Usually, like, if someone rings, it's just like UPS. Like,
you're lucky because you have a 2-story house.
Well, yeah, but this is where I kind of got screwed over.
I have a 1-story house, and the only thing I can do is like go to my room or stay somewhere where nobody can see me through the door. Because you've been to my house.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of places you can hide.
Yeah, and you.
Except in the rooms.
So you've been to my house, and I have like a C4 Yeah, I have like a see-through front door as well.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday! You didn't invite me or anything, and
I haven't had a birthday party.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going. My dad wants to take me like sometime to a dirt track race, and take like 6 of my friends. So I'm gonna invite you. So
and
that would be my birthday.
As long as you're fine with whatever you've got.
Yeah. Well, I want to invite you. So.
Continue with your story.
Yeah. But so this was I don't remember when. It was either like when I was in 8th grade or like summer between 7th and 8th grade. And there was no one else home. And usually it's just like UPS, so I don't really worry about it. I just stay upstairs on the couch. But this just happened to be not UPS, and I couldn't tell who it was. And I wouldn't have looked. Usually I just sit there and just ignore it. But then like it was right. I walked downstairs to get a Dr. Pepper. Right when someone rings my doorbell, so they saw me, like standing in that hallway, because the fridge where Dr. Pepper is in like the room that you go in to get into my garage, you know. And so she saw me there, so I couldn't just like ignore her. So I didn't have my phone because I left it upstairs, and I could tell it wasn't UPS, and I didn't know who it was. So I just like darted in to the laundry room where the fridge is. Grabbed the Dr. Pepper, then grabbed a broomstick, and just waited there. And I was like, oh, she'll probably leave. But then I'm thinking, like, crap, she knows I'm there now. So it's probably not. And I was like, this probably isn't someone who's gonna hurt me. But she's not gonna leave because it's probably someone who wants to sell me something.
I'm not interested in anything you're selling.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have just ran away. Yo, I'm not interested in anything. that would have been amazing. I can't believe I didn't do that. But anyway, so I have my phone's upstairs, so I can't like call anyone, and I'm freaking like. And you'll realize why I was freaking out, because at first I'm like, okay, I'll just wait, and I kind of skipped ahead. I just went and got the Dr. Pepper and just kind of waited for her to leave, and I checked to see if she was still there, and this was before I grabbed the broomstick, and I checked, and then like right before I peeked my head out, I hear like bang, 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 like super hard knocking, because she knows I'm there. That freaked me out. So then I run in, grab the broomstick, and hide in there, and just like, I was like, if she gets in here, I'm just gonna whack her so hard in the head. And I'm just thinking like, I know this person probably isn't gonna hurt me, but that was a really hard knock, and she knows I'm here, so it's not like she can't leave. So, no matter what her agenda is, it's not like she's UPS, so she's not just gonna put it down and then leave. So she's gonna stay there. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't go get my phone. I'm drinking my Dr. Pepper, holding the broomstick, and I try to peek again, and I hear the knock again, and I'm like, ugh. So then I peek out one more time, and she sees me, and I just like have the broomstick, and I wave it around, and then I grab my Dr. Pepper and run upstairs.
The way you describe it, it kind of sounds like a Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah. And then, so like, she saw that, and I hear her knock again, like, while I'm upstairs. So then I just ignored it, because I was upstairs and I had my phone and stuff, and then she left.
I'm serious. If you take this out of context, it kind of sounds like a Dr. Pepper commercial.
Not really.
So what I did was I dolphin dived into my bedroom.
I wasn't in my bedroom. I was downstairs in the laundry room.
I don't know.
I was thinking, like, if she's gonna wait out there the whole time before my parents get home, like, at least I have like some food and drinks in this fridge. That'll be good.
Did you go Home Alone style?
I was planning on it, but I knew my parents were gonna be home eventually. But it's not like I could call them or anything, because my phone was upstairs. And to get upstairs, she would have seen me again. It was like one of those things where you irrationally panic when it's probably not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just like, it's just one that, I don't know, I just don't like, I don't like door-to-door salesmen. And have I ever told you about we have like a sign that says like, no soliciting, and it's like, we love our vacuum, and like two other, it says like, we love our vacuum, we don't need a new one, and then like two other ones. And there's been a lot of people who we watch them come up to the door, read the sign, and then leave. And it's really funny. It like legit works. But
So did those people actually try to sell you vacuums, or just sell you something?
no, that's just like a stereotypical like thing that door-to-door salesmen will do. Oh yeah, another one is, the Jehovah Witness people that knock on your door?
What?
There's like those religious people who like walk around there's like a holiday they celebrate and basically just walk around and annoy people.
Let Jesus be with you.
No, they're like Jehovah's Witnesses, and they try to tell you all this stuff. And one of the thing on the sign was like, we're fine with our religion. It's pretty funny.
We're fine with ours.
But like, if you ever are driving down the street and you see like a family of people dressed like all nice walking up to people's doors, then they're witnessing Jehovah. They're Jehovah's Witnesses. Apparently, Jehovah's Witnesses. It's like the worst. Like if your parents are that, so you're raised that way, it's like a really sucky childhood. Like, they're not allowed to play, like, there's a lot of things they're not allowed to do, and they have to, like, spend, like, hours, like days fasting and praying and all this, like, really irrational stuff for, like, kids to do. And apparently, like, a lot of kids who are raised that way, right when they leave, right when they go out on their own, they just completely stop, so, like, they just don't identify with that religion anymore. They're like, I'm out, peace! You know?
You can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Roll out.
Yeah, but, so Luke, I love, I'm just gonna name drop this teacher. Luke posted a picture on, like, the first week of school on Instagram that says, like, has a picture of his English teacher, Mr. Robinson, and it's like, Mr. Robinson is the real MVP. Then, like, I talked to him like the second week of school.
Is he an English teacher that is all cool and stuff?
Yeah, apparently, but then I talked to Luke the next week of school, and I'm like, next week, I'm like, so is Mr. Robinson still a real MVP? And Luke is like, no, he hates me and he cusses me out. Luke said that Mr. Robinson cussed him out. And also, Luke said that he spilled guac and chips in that class, and he had to clean it up.
Well, that's probably the reason why he hates it.
No, but the teacher didn't notice it. This was like, this is like this week, so it was after a teacher already hated him. But yeah. So Luke got schedule changed. He's now in my biology class, and during the middle of the biology test on Friday, he like pushes on that bar that you can put your feet on, and it like makes a really loud noise, and he thought he broke it, and he's like, and the whole room's quiet. He's like, ah! It was so funny. We also wanted. Did you guys do that worksheet that had like 10 scenarios, and you had to like choose a food label that best fits that person? Oh well, we did a worksheet like that, and one of them was like me and Luke were. It was a partner thing, so me and Luke were being partners on it, and one of them was like it's like Mike loves Los Cucos, and he eats there 3 times a week. So me and Luke are like, well, I go, dude, Mike is Los Cucos Mike is Cuco for Los Cucos Puffs. And then like it said, one of the things he had to answer was, give an example of a fast food place or restaurant that Mike can go to that would be healthier for him. So since his name is Mike, I said we should put Jersey Mike's. So that's what we did. So yeah.
Who do you have for biology?
Coach Lance. So do you have anything else to talk about? We're probably gonna wrap up in just a little bit.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
Well, you know what? I have one thing to talk about. Joey like was telling me because he wanted to come to my house to work on like some work, cause just like to work on homework and stuff, and then like, and he also said he wanted to try to help me get the capture card working.
Yeah.
So then like we tried that for like an hour or two, and then we couldn't do it. So then like he had an hour until his parents were gonna come pick him up. So we played some Xbox, and he said that we played gun game, and it was like a tie. We played 4 games, and I won 2 and he won 2. And then he was talking about how he has to come to my house on Friday of that week just to play gun game. Like that's all we were gonna do. Cause he was like trash talking me the rest of the week, and then that day we decided we're gonna play 5 rounds, each round consisting of 5 games, and then to win a round you have to win 3 out of 5 games, and then whoever wins 3 out of 5 rounds wins the overall thing. We only ended up playing 3 rounds consisting of 3 games because I beat him in the first 3 games of each round. So we played round 1, I beat him in the first 3 games, so we don't even play the other 2, and that happened with the other 2 rounds. So I just creamed him. So it's pretty.
I remember when you came to my house and we played gun game, but we said that whenever somebody gets humiliated, they go back like 10 guns back.
Yeah.
We should have done that.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me.
You get mad really fast.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I have something to talk about. So I was playing Minecraft with Bryce and our cousin Joe on like the last Thursday before school started in summer, and we were playing on this world that we started like right before summer started in 8th grade, and we wanted to our goal before summer ended was to kill the Ender Dragon, and it was just really funny, and we just did there was every time Joe came over we would play that for couple hours. And there was some days was really unproductive. We just yelled at each other. Some days it was really productive. But the last day, I had befriended a bunch of wolves, but then they just like would disappear. So I just kind of gave up on it. And then we're in the we're in the stronghold trying to find the ender portal. And I'm mining through a wall, like a solid wall. There's nothing like behind, it wasn't like there was a room behind it. I break 2 blocks and there's a wolf there, but he's not in a room. He was like inside the block, and I don't even know how he got there, because he was sitting. So it wasn't like he was, you know how they follow you when they're not in sitting position?
Yeah.
He was sitting, so it wasn't like he followed me. So
Dude,
he was just inside a block, and I laughed like for so long. I wish we were recording. It was like so funny.
Something similar happened to me, but it was devastating.
What?
Like, me and my brother were just playing, like, just for the lulz or around. But so we log on, and what happened is that somehow all of my wolves were sitting down, and like half of them, when we logged on, for some reason they were following me. And guess where I was at the moment? I was like in a mine shaft or something. And there was lava nearby, and they all died.
That's funny.
I was like, I just logged on, are you kidding me?
Dude, I still like wish I could.
I cried at the 10.
The capture card has just been so annoying. Like, I've kind of given up on it by now, just because like it's not. I don't even know if the actual thing works because we just can't get the system on our computer. So I don't know what we're gonna do with it. And it's kind of like we've had it too long to like take it back and return it. So I don't know what we're gonna do. It's just like I'm okay with like recording on PC and stuff, but it's just like I can't do many videos with multiple people. Like I would like to do something like with like a let's play with like at least 2 people, where I can have
2 people.
Well, yeah, I was thinking we could do that, but like I would only be on my screen. That'd be okay though. But and we could just like Skype. Do you have Minecraft?
No, but I can get it.
Well, you should get that, because maybe today or like next weekend or something we could record a let's play.
We should probably go back to like what we did when I went to your house, the Blake vs. the Hunter thing.
Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we could do that like I kind of want to do a let's play, but we could also do that like another time too. I'd like to continue that.
Yeah.
Do you still have the rubber band of whatever?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll get another rubber band if we have to. That freaking.
We'll get another rubber band if we have to.
That video was a funny video, but the part with the gas is just freaking hilarious. Like the last challenge for me and you had to fight the gas. It's just in the part where. The best part in that video is when we're switching screens and we think the gas is gone, and then it just like blows up and we just scream super loud. Like I'll go back. I usually don't watch many of my videos just because like it's kind of awkward.
Who does?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, I have been listening to the podcast, to try to find stories, but there's some videos on my channel that like are just funny every time, and that's one of them. And the Let's Play me and Joey did, our voices are kind of squeaky in it, but it's on like it's when we're playing that sniper rifle C4 game mode.
Oh yeah.
That one's another one that I go back to multiple times. Yeah, the one that we made. Like that's another video that even with the squeaky voices, I can just I'll laugh genuinely every time. Like it's just like funny.
It sounds like you're going through puberty.
Yeah. But it's pretty funny. I can't really think of there's probably other videos besides like podcasts on our channel that we've done that I just like to go back to. Can't really think of another one right now, but I don't know, it's just kind of cool. Do you remember Kellen? I talked to Kellen, so... I talked to Kellen, so he's still on the face...
Who?
What? Remember Kellen?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I've talked to him at school this year a couple times. So, but, like, I don't know if his phone number's changed or anything, but every time I text him, he doesn't get it. So, I'm thinking sometime he needs to make a return. We should have him on, like, for, like, is it sometime, like, I don't know. Definitely. Yeah. He'd be like, there'd be so much stuff to update him on. We would tell, we would tell, like, it'd be like so we'd sit around the campfire and just tell stories, like, dude, here's sing the campfire song, the C-A-M-P-F-I-R-S-O-N-G song, and if you don't think we can sing it faster, well, you're wrong, but it would help if you just sing along. But,
C-A-M-P-F-I-R, that's only song, C-A-M-P-F-I-R, that's only song, if you don't think we can sing it faster, well, you're wrong, but it would help if you just sing along.
okay, stop. I want to talk. Your voice cut out part of that and sounded like you just stopped. But he'd get back on. I think the last episode he was on was like episode 12 or 14. I don't remember. So he was on after Austin got stuck in the chair. But we'd be like, dude, here's what you missed, man. Like, there was this guy and he threw a stress toy. And he had a bathroom party. And there was a meat hose, and Austin got a Buddhist statue put inside him, and like, oh my god. No, he was on after that. Like, what is your favorite? What are your top 3 favorite out of all our running jokes? And then we'll stop this.
Austin stuck in a chair.
Yeah, I think my number 1 would be Austin stuck in a chair.
First one.
Yeah, that was definitely like our. Well, no, I think our first one was I have a podcast. Like, I have a podcast. But like, yeah, that one's kind of. We haven't really mentioned that one. No, what? What am I talking about?
What?
No, I mentioned that like on the 2nd or 3rd episode. So that was before Austin got stuck in the chair. My top 3 would probably be, my number 1's definitely Austin got stuck in the chair. Like, that was our defining moment. Like, that was like, I remember recording that episode, and it was so close to, like, if we would have ended that episode, like, literally a minute or 2 earlier, we would have missed it.
I listened to that episode, and I'm just gonna say that I still thought we were playing that game.
So did I. That's
the camera stopped recording.
Yeah.
So I watched it again for the animated thing. So you knew by the time that the camera ended that he was being for real.
Well, no, I found out that he was being for real
until the camera stopped rolling.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was actually stuck in a chair.
I figured it out like while the camera was still rolling, but it was like almost over. But that's just like, it was like our I remember thinking like, yeah, I remember recording that episode and then being like, this podcast is like, I remember thinking this might not go huge, but this is gonna be like this is definitely now, if it wasn't already, this is my favorite thing to do on my channel. Like, cause I was just like, well, now I don't do much because I need to do more stuff, but I need to like get some series going on the PC. Like, me and Bryce need to do another episode of Surgeon Simulator. But I just remember thinking like,
You should do the one where like you have 2 hands.
Oh yeah, that's on the PS4.
Oh.
Me and Bryce are doing it like what Gavin and Michael did. Where like he controls the fingers and I control the hand. But I just remember like, I was just like, dude, this is awesome. This is like, I don't know, I've laughed really hard in my normal life, but there's just been moments recording this podcast where I've just died. Like, it's just so funny. But probably that, I think my number one's definitely Austin getting stuck in the chair.
My second to last one is Meat Hose, because the originality with that one is not that great, because it's literally something from Taco Bell.
What? Well, yeah, I know, but yeah. But I think
it's points for originality and how funny it is every time we remember it.
Mm-hmm. I think my number two.
And nostalgia.
See, I'm gonna say my number two favorite, but then I'm probably gonna remember after this some other ones that we have, but.
And just be like, crap, that should have been my second one.
But I think probably my number two would probably be, it's very recent one, would probably be Robbie from the Stress Toy. That was really funny. And there's like so many I just can't think of right now.
Remember the last podcast when you were talking about the giant turd that probably hurt whoever was pooping it out? Why would you put that in the link then? Why?
Because that's all, I don't know.
I was actually trying to see if you actually did.
I did.
And I was like, if he did, I'm gonna be disgusted.
Well, it's because then you can literally see you can be like, oh hey, his description is accurate. But I don't know. I can't even think what my number three would be. I like the Dream Team. That's not really a running joke. It's more of like a name. It's more of like a name, but sort of running joke. I don't know. What's your number two favorite? Yeah, I can't really think of it now, but I don't know. Well, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up. Do you have anything else to talk about?
Pretty much set.
Oh yeah, me too. I actually got through all my notes today. So
Good job. I got through one little tiny note that's the only one that I actually remembered.
But so I'm Blake Ernesto Blade 24.
Good job, Alejandro.
So I'm Blake Ernesto Blade 24. You cut out halfway through that.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Okay. It was like your brain stopped working. Okay. And this is the thebob232 podcast episode 20. Yeah, this is episode 29. I think. Yeah, it is episode 29. This is thebob232 podcast episode 29. And by the way, I wrote down that the 1 year anniversary, or 2 year anniversary for our podcast is January 1st, which is the greatest day to have an anniversary because it's like
you celebrate two things.
Every new year is a new year is another year added to our podcast.
When did you start this again? Like 2 years ago? 2 to 3 years ago?
No, this year, January 1st will be our second year.
Really?
Yeah. And also, by the way, okay, I know we did the outro. There was one more thing I wanted to say. So you remember our 1 year anniversary podcast that me and Joey did where it was really short and it was just us half asleep?
Yeah, probably eating something.
Yeah. I realized that we accidentally made that video kind of nostalgic because the first podcast was a little over 15 minutes long. That podcast was
the first one was pretty lousy.
The first one was pretty boring, and then it was also really short. It was a little over 15 minutes. Then the 1 year anniversary episode was pretty boring, and it was a little over 15 minutes. So I don't want to do that again. But I think it was funny how we accidentally did an homage. But I don't know what we'll do for the 2 year anniversary. I mean, I'm liking this thing.
You should do that every single year.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of would like that an interesting podcast.
Every single January 1st, you and Joey just do a podcast with nobody else on it, but just you two, and then we're the exact same thing every single year.
Yeah.
Not every single year, but every single time we do the anniversary podcast and just be really tired and worn out.
Yeah.
And
it probably would happen because it probably would accidentally happen because it would be recorded the day after, like, doing fireworks and staying up really late and stuff. So, but I don't think I want to do like a two. I like what we're doing. I think we're gonna get to 50 way quicker if we keep doing one every Sunday or so.
We keep this up, like, we should probably have 50.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm doing the math here.
I've always liked to have. We're about to run out of space on the camera, so let's hurry this up. But I've always liked having I've always kind of wanted to have like a scheduled thing, but I just but then I kind of just
23rd.
What?
We should have the 50th one on November 23rd.
Yeah.
If I did the math right, of course.
We should totally try to have a live podcast with everybody, or if we can't do that, totally try to at least get everyone on. The only thing about the live podcast with everybody is I feel like it'd be really hard to schedule to get everyone to come to my house and then just record a podcast, and then we could do other things.
Who do you have in your house most of the time?
Me, Bryce, my mom, and my dad.
No, I'm talking about the dream team.
What do you mean? Like, who's been to my house?
Joey in your house more than you see Austin or something?
Joey's been to my house the most. Austin second, you third, and then Robbie, Kellen, and
He hasn't been in your house, has he?
They haven't been to my house.
Because if they're under me, yeah.
But
you should probably get the ones where you should probably get Austin first because you should probably tell him first because he doesn't live near here.
Yeah. Well, if we can't, we'll try to figure something out. But if we can't get everyone to my house, we should definitely at least try to get everybody on, including Kellen. I want to try to get Kellen back on an episode, sometime.
At least one time.
Yeah. Well, I want him to come back in the recurring cast. I just need to figure out a way to contact him. I always thought he was funny. Like he's a quiet person, like in real life too. But then he'll just say something out of nowhere and it'll be really funny.
It's kind of like me. You know,
yeah, but
you're to a bunch of random people.
Well, yeah, you're pretty.
When I talk to my friends, I'm like, oh, what's up?
Well, yeah, but even Kellen is quiet around like anyone. He's just really laid back.
Yeah.
But yeah. So also, you know Mike from IB, the Interbox. Here, but you know what? I'll tell you after we stop recording. So I'm Blake, your SW24.
For the fourth time for the win.
And this is thebob232 podcast, episode 29. This was a pretty long episode. And we will see you guys later. Peace!